Hey y'all, welcome to Freedom Makers. I'm Amanda and today I'm so excited to report that we finally have some blueberries. I went picking this morning before sunshine even woke up. I got 4 gallons that I picked this morning. My fingers are all blueberry. I have blueberries in my teeth, so excuse that. And we have a sink full. We have some in the fridge. I was going to can them today. I'm going to have to wait until in the morning because our city has, I don't know if there's a break-in in some main or something or why, but we just have a drizzle coming out of the faucet and you can't can without water. So eventually I'll have my own well, but for now we have to contend with that. So most of them are going in the fridge. I'll can those in the morning, but I have my adorable little stem finder over here working, and she is doing a great job. She is working on getting the little red berries out, and we're just so excited. We're just snacking and having fun.
We got a lot of berries.
Can you tell me what you're doing?
Getting the bad ones out.
Getting the bad ones out. You're doing awesome. You're doing awesome. You got some leaves in there you're getting out?
Oh, there's a white bad one.
Okay, well, yeah, that one's yucky. Go ahead. I think you're doing excellent. Washing the few that we had water for. What do you say we make some muffins?
Muffins.
Yes.
Good.
That'll be yummy. So here's my muffin batter. Normally I would use some of the flour to coat my fresh berries so that they don't sink to the bottom of the muffin tins. But instead, I'm going to compare for you guys the fresh berries versus my home canned berries from last year. And so I'm going to split this dough in half in this bowl and mix those up. And then I have my muffin tins here. They have been sprayed with some coconut oil, and we'll get those popped in the oven. First, I want to show you guys this jar of my home canned blueberries. These berries are really plump. You can see through the jar that the whole jar is full. There's a raw pack method and a hot pack method for berries. And I really love the hot pack method because, as you can see, it kind of plumps them up and they fill up the jar and they don't lose their shape. When I did the raw pack method, they were all in a clump at the top, like just maybe a quarter of the jar had berries in it. They were all mushy and disgusting. These still have a lot of their form. So I just popped this open. I'm using one hand, so it's kind of hard for me to do. The little dots you're seeing are seeds that have come out of the berries, but these are, they're not firm, obviously, like your fresh berries will be, but they're also not just mush. So in my hand, you can see, like, they're smushy, but they're not already mush. Canning your berries is a wonderful way to preserve them if you want to use these in baked goods. Now, if you're wanting to make smoothies and stuff, obviously the freezer is a great idea. But if there's ever a power outage or a long spurt where we wouldn't have electricity or something like that, we don't want to go without berries because I use these as a primary fruit staple in our home because that's what's available to us. If we had apple trees, we'd use apples. If we had peaches, we'd use peaches. We have berries here locally that I can go pick for a relatively low amount of money, and I can use these all year long in baked goods, and so it adds a little fruit to our diet. Some variety. It's kind of a treat. We love them, and so canning just makes a lot of sense for us. So I'm going to show you guys now how these are going to turn out in baked goods versus the fresh, so you can make up your own mind. Here's the second part of my dough. I am not going to strain these because I'm not going to use all of these berries, but I'm just going to kind of drain them on my spoon here, dump some in, give them a good stir. These will have much more color because they are canned. They will already have some juice in there also, and those will bleed out, whereas these with the fresh are not going to bleed out nearly as much. So after mixing, this is what it looks like. If you are used to pre-packaged blueberry mixes, like you buy the mixture and the blueberries are dehydrated and you just dump and you mix in a little milk and you're good to go, these are going to be kind of like that because in those also you have a little bit more of a swirl kind of thing happening. The texture is not going to be quite the same as that, but the look of them will be very similar to a boxed mix. Whereas these with the fresh, I mean, it's all very separate, the berries and the dough. So now I have these all spooned up. I'm going to pop them in the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes or so. And I'd share my recipe with you guys, but that also is an experiment today because I'm using a gluten-free bread flour instead of my normal gluten-free baking mix. It is different. I'm not sure how these are going to turn out, but we shall see. They are done and they are beautiful, and really I think I like the look of these better than these. The canned versus the fresh. I think they're prettier. But we're going to wait until these cool off some. They just came out of the oven. Can't touch them yet. The blueberries are going to be like lava. And so then we'll cut one open of each and check them out. I'm going to use my big bread knife here and cut these in half. And we will see the difference in the dough and everything. They're still really, really hot. Alright. Yum. Yum. Okay, so I think it's obvious what my preference would be because I can't imagine choosing this over this. This looks like a blueberry muffin, right? If you buy it in the store, it's going to look like this. It's going to have blueberry pieces all over in there. It's kind of spongy, it's moist, it's perfect. This, on the other hand, has a couple berries in it. I mean, it's still moist, it's still spongy, fluffy, but there's just a few berries in it. Every bite, like if I took this bite, there's not a berry, like way over there. So that is not my preference. You can certainly use your fresh berries, but I really do prefer the canned berries. Now I've got my official little taste tester here in front of our unpainted wall. Y'all excuse that. We still have some construction to do. This one and this one are different. Can you take a bite of them and tell me what your favorite is?
That's my...
Well, you haven't tried them both. It is good? Try that.
They're both good.
They're both good. Which one is prettiest? That one? And that one? Which one's the best? Well, y'all, she cannot pick because she likes them both. But she's gravitating toward the one with the fresh berries in it. So I'm going to eat the other one.
No!
Because it's my favorite. Hey, Dad, you want to taste the muffins?
What kind are they?
Well, one of these is from a canned blueberry, and one of these are from the fresh berries I picked.
That's the canned, that's the fresh.
No.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Can you taste the other? This is actually the canned one. What do you think?
They're both delicious. I can't make up my mind which one I like the best, so
Sunshine couldn't either.
they have, they have their pros and their cons. The fresh one didn't seem to be as gooey, maybe just a tad bit less gooey.
So less moist.
Maybe.
Okay, so it's a little drier. That's probably because
that's a good way of putting it.
Okay, that's probably because there was a little more liquid in the others.
Oh, okay.
This one with the canned blueberries had a little bit more of the berry juice in it.
Okay. But if I were to pick between the two, of course I'd pick either one of them, but out of the two, probably the fresh.
Really?
Yep.
Why? You said it's drier. I'm surprised.
Because the other one stuck to the roof of my mouth a little bit.
So I might should have
This
baked
one
that side longer. If it was in a different pan, I would have left it in longer.
Yeah, so maybe that's...
Really, I am surprised because my favorite is the canned because in every bite you have blueberry. This one is very sporadic and there's parts that's just like cake, like it's just doughy. This one has berries throughout and I really like that, like it's everywhere and it's blue. It's colored really nicely and this one just looks like I didn't mix it good.
Well, like I said, they both have their pros and cons.
Right.
And then, some people, they like just a little bit of cake and then every once in a while a blueberry. And that's probably me.
That's you. Thanks, Dad. As you can see, it's kind of a toss-up. Sunshine couldn't decide. Dad likes the fresh. I think my mom would like the fresh. And I definitely prefer the canned. So It's kind of a toss-up in our family. Do what works best for you and your family. Maybe you and your family would like them both ways as well, and you can kind of have both. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I hope that today's video helps you. I hope it inspires you to do something new. If you've never canned berries before, I encourage you to try this year. I'll be posting a tutorial on how to do that pretty soon so that you guys can walk with me through that step by step. It's really easy, it's really fun, and I think you'll be glad you did. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next video.